Hey friends, this is Reverend Jerry, the People's Priest, aka Father Jerry, and today I am coming to you with your Monday Musings. Recently, I was asked to be a preacher at a local congregation, and I preached on the idea of smallness. And I really like this idea, particularly in a world where we are encouraged to always go for what is fancy, what is beautiful, what is new, what is grandiose. But when I look at scripture and I look at stories of the saints, I often find that a lot of holiness shows up in small, little, tiny, everyday things. And one of my favorite saints, who actually is a doctor of the church, is Saint Therese of Lisieux. And Therese is sometimes called the little way because her way of showing up in the world had to do with everyday, small, little tasks, little bits of grace, as she would sometimes call it. And in fact, she was quoted as saying that the small task of everyday life is part of the harmony of the universe. And in the gospel, Jesus tells a parable of the mustard seed, and the mustard seed being a very tiny seed that grows into a huge tree that the birds of the air then come and make their nest in and hang out in. Fun fact, that particular species of mustard is called black mustard, and it only grows in the Middle East. And the mustard that we have in the United States is a very different kind of mustard, and it only grows into a bush, whereas black mustard actually grows into a very large tree. So just fun fact. But the point being that if we develop a habit of doing small daily tasks, whether that's washing our dishes, making coffee, or even just taking time to slow down a little bit when we are getting dressed, we can start to notice that in those small daily acts of life, there are opportunities for recognizing the sacredness in that moment, but also there are opportunities for us to do a small, kind gesture for another human being, for another person that we encounter in our daily routine. And this little way of Saint Therese of Lisieux, I think, is a very practical, very grounded way of behaving and showing up in the world where we are constantly told to just get going, move faster, get stuff done, and settle for what is great. When in reality, life is a process, and a lot of small little steps create a big end result. So remember, dear friends, that life is short, and we do not have much time to gladden the hearts of those who journey with us. So be swift to love, make haste to be kind, and pay attention each day to the little way.
Monday Musings is a weekly reflection series brought to you by Reverend Jerry Maynard, the People's Priest, and produced by C&G Communications. For a small donation of $25 per month, you can be listed as a podcast sponsor. For more information, please visit revjerrymaynard.org and click on the People's Priest podcast under the Media tab.